Hello and welcome to our inaugural group SFT tapping session. This one, we're addressing disease at a cellular level. It's a really important tapping session. Let's not talk about it too much in the intro. I want to bring into the studio world renowned energy healer, Jen Ward. Hi, Jen.
Hi, I'm so happy we're doing this. So many of my clients are coming to me with stage 4 cancer. Now, I don't say that word very much, and I suggest other people don't say it. But this is really exciting to address this issue head on right now with everyone.
We're addressing a serious topic, so let's get into serious mode. Jen, so disease, there are a lot of diseases that do occur at a cellular level. In the very first introduction, I named 5 of them. We won't keep naming them because you say that there's a vibration to sort of naming these things. I think a lot of people that are watching this understand these diseases. There are millions of people that are have had the experience of these diseases, and that's why it's so important that we address them. But the thing that we're doing here is we're addressing them at a cellular level in energy. And so this is a different perspective. You say that cells have consciousness, and you use that understanding, that higher level vantage point understanding, to give you a new perspective as to how we can deal with these diseases at a cellular level in energy. Can you talk about cells having consciousness? Because a lot of people won't be familiar with that as an idea. And a lot of people might think, let's just be honest, a lot of people might think it's a bit foo-foo.
Okay. So years ago, people would think it was foo-foo to talk to their dog, right? And now animal communication is a little bit more common. I'm saying push the envelope a little bit more. And when I do a private session with someone, it's clearly understood by me that what they're experiencing is nowhere near the depth of what their cells are experiencing. Because apparently I'm a cell communicator. And that's what you need to be to heal yourself, is to tap into yourself on the cellular level and understand the experience that your cells are going through. It's a different vantage point than the person who's walking into the doctor's office. The cells are having a different reaction, and you should be able to know the difference for yourself. That's a it's a powerful form of self-healing in itself.
There's the common view amongst a couple of billion people on the planet is that we only have one life experience. A lot of what we do here is predicated on the understanding that we have many, many, many lives as eternal soul beings. So, what is the understanding of many past lives? How do we bring the notion of past lives into helping address disease at a cellular level? Why is that understanding important?
Well, what's interesting is I didn't know this truth until I researched to do this group session. I communicated to the cells and I realized, or they told me, let's give credit where credit is due, that they, the DNA of the cell carries the past life memory that you pull into your body. So that's where it's stored on a cellular. So when I was preparing for these taps, I saw the wisdom in the cell. The wisdom sees so much more than the individual. And when they feel like they know more than the whole cell, they go rogue because they feel like we're too stupid.
So, Jen, a lot of people, when they begin to experience some of these issues, they go to the doctor, they get a diagnosis, and there's a fear that comes into the spectrum. Is there a past life connection between the fear of being treated and getting resolve?
Absolutely. There's such a disconnect between what the cell experiences, what all the cells experience, what the individual experiences. Now, from a cell's vantage point, when When someone of authority comes at you with a metal object, they're meant to kill you. So they don't have the reference point of the doctor coming in to use the scalpel to heal you. And from a cell's vantage point, when you ingest the stuff that burns them, they think it's meant to kill them like chemotherapy. They don't understand that it's meant to help them. That's where the conscious self can make the bridge for on a cellular level to ease their fear that they're being poisoned or that the doctor's trying to murder them. It's primal on the cells level.
So a lot of what you're talking about is if people are going through the traditional medical system, the understanding that we're providing here allows the the patient, the person having that experience, to ease themselves into the medical system, so that they, so that the cells don't have this primal reaction to metal objects, to pharmaceuticals.
So, yes, and let's be clear that the reason that there is dis-ease in the body already is because there's a disconnect in the vantage point between the self and the cells. Now, the cells don't feel like the self because it doesn't believe in more than one lifetime. It has a limited understanding of the wholeness. The cells have that higher understanding, so they don't feel like the self is advocating for them. That's the disconnect in communication, the initial disconnect. Now, when the self goes to the doctor for help, and then the self brings in people to like do dangerous things to the cells, there's a second disconnect in the cells.
Fascinating, Jen. So, so at one level, if you've received a diagnosis, then dealing with that at a cellular level, at an energy level, using some of the techniques that we're going to be providing you today, will be very beneficial. Can I ask this question? And that is, can you use this understanding about the relationship between disease and the experiences that your cells have, and knowing that cells have consciousness? Can you use that understanding to avoid getting these diseases in the first place? I'm not sure
A-
if the word galactic is the right word, but I think you get the idea.
Absolutely. That's the whole point. So if people can prevent themselves from going into fear, because a lot of people fear getting cancer. If they can keep themselves out of fear by being proactive with the SFT tapping and communicating with themselves, then there's no need for the process of having a disease.
Right, because at the end of the day, the onset of these diseases is a lot of your cells going rogue in one way or another. And so you said something earlier, and that is, if cells have consciousness, why not just talk to your cells? How do you do that?
For me, it's really it's really easy now because I've done it. And when what you do is think of yourself as the god of your body and see all these different aspects of your body as groups of people doing their jobs, like the heart is doing a job and it's working with the liver and the the digestive system, all the different systems of the body. And when there's a problem in the body, it's because the cells of the heart are not communicating with the cells of the digestion or the elimination. So you hold a group meeting, almost like a community forum, and you let the disgruntled cells speak. And what you need to do is use your childlike imagination at first as a bridge and mock it up as a pretend. But if you take the initiative to do that, you'll find yourself going in and discovering really, really profound things about inner workings that you wouldn't have had access to any other way except through the creativity of your imagination.
Fascinating. So effectively what you said is think about your body as having a whole bunch of departments in a, major enterprise, and you're the CEO. So your higher
Yes.
consciousness is the CEO, the God, and various departments will have various. Anyone that has worked in a corporate environment knows that departmental rivalry is rife. I've certainly experienced that. I suspect a few people on this in the studio have experienced that. So and simply calling a powwow a community meeting, allowing the various cell groups to express their disgruntlement is an imaginative approach.
But the only difference is a lot of companies or corporations these days are selfish where the CEO would be about like taking, not that kind of CEO. This is
No.
like a Lee Iacocca CEO who benefited all the employees and so
Yeah, I
someone
think my metaphor of a corporation was a little bit sort of lax, but you get the idea.
well
A community that has different sort of compartments to it. Yeah.
yeah, this is the upgrade because this is what we need all communities to be is what we're envisioning in the body. So it's like as above, so below. As you manifest this more in your own body, it's a template to manifest it out there in the groups, in the businesses, and in the government systems.
We are addressing, of course, disease at a cellular level in energy. One of the things that we're going to be doing shortly, Jen, is you are going to facilitate through a series of SFT taps to address core issues in addressing disease at a cellular level. Can you please explain to those that are not familiar with you and your work the SFT tapping process, just the mechanics? Because we're going to be putting out a whole lot of videos on the subtleties of SFT tapping. But just for now, just what are the headlines? What do people need to know right now to participate with us?
Your mind is a 3D printer, and when you use the tapping, you're telling your mind what's the most priority for you to work on. So obviously, dis-ease would be the first thing. So when I give out a statement, you're going to tap it 3 times into your mind, which is a 3D printer. And then a fourth time, you're going to set it into the body by tapping on your chest. And then sometimes the energy of what we're releasing will scurry into the pelvic bowl and try to bury itself in the body. So we do a fifth tap on the abdomen to prevent that from happening so the issue can completely release.
All right. So technically, what we're going to be doing now for about half an hour is going through a series of SFT taps. You're going to be providing the statement. I'm going to repeat it on behalf of everyone in the studio and everyone that's watching this and benefiting from this after the fact. So for each statement, you're going to repeat the statement while continuously tapping on the top of your head 3 times. So I'm going to repeat the statement 3 times. I'm going to repeat the statement a fourth time while tapping on the chest and a fifth time while tapping on the abdomen. Now, the good thing is some of these taps, because we're dealing with disease at a cellular level, some of the taps do involve some pretty convoluted medical terms that are going to be a little bit hard to get your tongue around. I'm probably going to slip up on them. But the good news is that in the video production, we're going to be actually putting the taps as a subtitle in the video so you can read along and follow along with us. So that's going to be really important to know.
Well, what's interesting is when you do slip up at home, don't feel bad. When you slip up, lots of times it's the ego preventing you from doing the taps because it is going to shift you at a dynamic level. And the ego may not be comfortable with that. So be okay with with slipping up for one thing and use that information as research for what issues are important for you to release on.
Yes, I mean, these taps are very profound. They are powerful statements to the universe. So, in doing the taps, if you state them, repeat them with a clear, purposeful intent, that's really, really helpful.
Yes. And can I say just a little bit more about these taps?
Please do.
This is how the higher self will work with you. I just got the mandate from the higher self that we needed to work on the C word, the cancer. And it gave me one word, cytoplasm. And from that, I knew enough. I took the initiative to do research on what we needed to release. So for you guys at home, don't think that it just comes, in a nice little package for me, and then all Jen has to do is pull these out of her butt. No, there's research involved, and that's you taking the initiative to empower yourselves.
Good advice. All right. Should we get into the tapping part of this
Yes.
episode? All right. So we've got our people in the studio. They're all on mute, so we're not going to be competing in the audio. Let's get into it. I'll be Jen. You're facilitating the tap. I'm repeating it on behalf of everyone in the studio and everyone that's going to be watching it. But please do tap along with us if you're watching at home. When you add your synergy to this, it kind of sort of goes out into the universe as a more amplified, powerful statement. But B, if you're experiencing these health concerns and issues or want to avoid getting them, this is a powerful way of doing it. So please add your synergy.
All chaos and confusion is removed from the nucleus of all the cells of our beingness in all moments.
All chaos and confusion is removed from the nucleus of all cells of our beingness in all moments. All chaos and confusion is removed from the nucleus of all cells in our beingness in all moments. All chaos and confusion is removed from the nucleus of all the cells of our beingness in all moments. All chaos and confusion is removed from the nucleus of all the cells of our beingness in all moments. All chaos and confusion is removed from the nucleus of all the cells of our beingness in all moments.
For number two, I just want to let you know that the DNA carries the engrams of our past lifetimes. So as we do these tabs, we're releasing the Akashic records from past life trauma from our DNA.
I
All
think that,
genetic,
sorry, just before you do that one, just that understanding that you just gave, that there is a connection between the DNA of your cells and the way that they carry the Akashic record of your past lifetimes is pretty powerful as an understanding.
absolutely. And for those who are familiar with the SFT protocols, a very powerful protocol for you guys to do is to do the PB&J protocol between your DNA and past life engrams.
Very good.
All genetic sequences for disease are removed from the DNA of all the cells of our beingness in all moments.
All genetic sequences for disease are removed from the DNA of all the cells of our beingness in all moments. All genetic sequences for disease are removed from the DNA of all the cells of our beingness in all moments. All genetic sequences for disease are removed from the DNA of all the cells of our beingness in all moments. All genetic sequences for disease are removed from the DNA of all the cells of our beingness in all moments. All genetic sequences for disease are removed from the DNA of all the cells of our beingness in all moments.
All the confusion between the DNA and the ribosomes are removed in all the cells of our beingness in all moments.
All the confusion between the DNA and the ribosomes is removed in all the cells of our beingness in all moments. All the confusion between the DNA and the ribosomes is removed in all the cells of our beingness in all moments. All the confusion between the DNA and the ribosomes is removed in all the cells of our beingness in all moments. All the confusion between the DNA and the ribosomes is removed in all the cells of our beingness in all moments. All the confusion between the DNA and ribosomes is removed in all the cells of our beingness in all moments.
Do you guys getting a sense of the intensity of these? Are you feeling it at all?
Stick around, it's going to get more intense. This is just the beginning.
The mitochondria of every cell of our beingness is perpetually replenished to its powerhouse propensity in all moments.
The mitochondria of every cell of our beingness is perpetually replenished to its powerhouse propensity in all moments. The mitochondria of every cell of our beingness is perpetually replenished to its powerhouse propensity in all moments. The mitochondria of every cell of our beingness is perpetually replenished to its powerhouse propensity in all moments. The mitochondria of every cell of our beingness is perpetually replenished to its powerhouse propensity in all moments. The mitochondria of every cell of our beingness is perpetually replenished to its powerhouse propensity in all moments. Can I just say one thing, Jen? One of the things that always fascinates me about the SFT taps that you put together is the poeticness of the taps and the alliterations and the almost obscure and oblique use of the English language in constructing the taps. Can you just quickly describe to the listener what's going on here? And particularly what I'd like you to address is the extent to which the way that you construct the taps confuses the ego, and why is that so important?
There's a vibration to the words I use. I use a positive vibration. And you're exactly right. It's poetry to the body. Just like people who are searching for truth will be able to get it like that when the the dance of poetry is infused in their psyche. This is using the dance of language to infuse in people's sound frequency and bypass the ego, which doesn't catch those subtleties. Now, from that one last tap we just did, I just sensed thousands, if not 100,000 people going into remission because that is a reason why people get the C word in the beginning is because their mitochondria are depleted. Now, what other technique out there do you know to like replenish your mitochondria? I don't know of one. Right?
I'm not a medical expert. I don't know of it. But it'd be great if those people that are in the medical system can get on board the idea that there is a different or there is a dimension beyond what they're probably currently practicing.
I think they know because in America, there's these high-end places you go to recover from cancer, and it takes a lot of money to go. But when you go to these places that have a lot of money, they use alternative healing as part of the process. So I think they know, but there's a disconnect. And those at the grunt level, those of us who are just getting by, don't have access to those treatments. And the here's something that everyone can do for themselves.
100%. All right, let's get into it.
Every cell of our beingness is stockpiled with vivacious ATP molecules in all moments.
Every cell of our beingness is stockpiled with vivacious ATP molecules in all moments. Every cell of our beingness is stockpiled with vivacious ATP molecules in all moments. Every cell of our beingness is stockpiled with vivacious ATP molecules in all moments. Every cell of our beingness is stockpiled with vivacious ATP molecules in all moments. Every cell of our beingness is stockpiled with vivacious ATP molecules in all moments.
So I get a sense from the listeners, maybe not even on this call, but the listeners out there who are going to listen to this in the future, they get to this one and they're exhausted. And know that that exhaustion is your gauge that these tabs are effective. So a lot of people just want to stop and say, "Oh, it's just too tiring." I'm encouraging them to keep going. The fact that they're exhausting you is your gauge to keep going. The network and communication system and the endoplasm reticulum is pristine in every cell of our beingness in all moments.
The network and communication system in the endoplasm reticulum is pristine in every cell of our beingness in all moments. The network and communication system in the endoplasm reticulum is pristine in every cell of our beingness in all moments. The network and communication system in the endoplasm reticulum is pristine in every cell of our beingness in all moments. The network and communication system in the endoplasm reticulum is pristine in every cell of our beingness in all moments. The network and communication system in the endoplasm reticulum is pristine in every cell of our beingness in all moments.
Good. Now, the next one is really important because the rough endoplasm reticulum is what tags stuff to not be used to create more cells. So it cleans the cells of stuff. So if you're releasing the akashic memories from your DNA, the rough endoplasm reticulum will catch it and release it from the body. Now, I'm not a doctor, obviously, but this is the research we do for you. All inaccuracy in the tagging system of the rough endoplasm reticulum is eradicated from every cell of our beingness in all moments.
All inaccuracy in the tagging system of the rough endoplasm reticulum is eradicated from every cell of our beingness in all moments. All inaccuracy in the tagging system of the rough endoplasm reticulum is eradicated from every cell of our beingness in all moments. All inaccuracy in the tagging system of the rough endoplasm reticulum is eradicated from every cell of our beingness in all moments. All inaccuracy in the tagging system of the rough endoplasm reticulum is eradicated from every cell of our beingness in all moments. All inaccuracy in the tagging system of the rough endoplasm reticulum is eradicated from every cell of our beingness in all moments.
All blockages in the synthesis of hormones and lipids in the smooth reticulum are removed in every cell of our beingness in all moments.
All blockages in the synthesis of hormones and lipids in the smooth reticulum are removed in every cell of our beingness in all moments. All blockages in the synthesis of hormones and lipids in the smooth reticulum are removed in every cell of our beingness in all moments. All blockages in the synthesis of hormones and lipids in the smooth reticulum are removed in every cell of our beingness in all moments. All blockages in the synthesis of hormones and lipids in the smooth reticulum are removed in every cell of our beingness in all moments. All blockages in the synthesis of hormones and lipids in the smooth reticulum are removed in every cell of our beingness in all moments.
Excellent. What was happening in energy was this jerking happening, and it was like pushing through consciousness with that one. All past life memories, muscle memory, and confusion are removed from all the ribosomes of every cell of our beingness in all moments.
All past life memories, muscle memory, and confusion are removed from all the ribosomes of every cell of our beingness in all moments. All past life memories, muscle memory, and confusion are removed from all the ribosomes of every cell of our beingness in all moments. All past life memories, muscle memory, and confusion are removed from all the ribosomes of every cell of our beingness in all moments. All past life memories, muscle memory, and confusion are removed from all the ribosomes of every cell of our beingness in all moments. All past life memories, muscle memory, and confusion are removed from all the ribosomes of every cell of our beingness in all moments.
So it wants me to explain to you when we say the statement, every cell of our beingness, it wants you to understand that you're not just a physical body. You have an emotional body. You have a body where all your Akashic records are kept. You have a mental body. And those all have individual cells as well. So we're not just addressing the human at a physical level. And that's another reason these taps are so powerful.
I think that's the entire point of this session is that we're not addressing these cells only at a physical level. Because if that's all that was required, then the medical system, quite frankly, would have solved the problems already, but they haven't. And possibly one of the reasons is that they're not being addressed at all the levels of the beingness.
Right. And a lot of people listening to this don't understand that they have astral bodies, causal bodies, mental bodies, etheric bodies. So this is new information for the collective. Know that this is going into your past issues, and I wouldn't be surprised if you in the present are the one that went back to you in the past and healed you of it by doing this work because there's no time and space. All past life engrams, muscle memory, and trauma are removed from all the messenger RNA sequences of every cell of our beingness in all moments.
All past life engrams, muscle memory, and trauma are removed from all the messenger RNA sequences of every cell of our beingness in all moments. All past life engrams, muscle memory, and trauma are removed from all the messenger RNA sequences of every cell of our beingness in all moments. All past life engrams, muscle memory, and trauma are removed from all the messenger RNA sequences of every cell of our beingness in all moments. All past life engrams, muscle memory, and trauma are removed from all the messenger RNA sequences of every cell of our beingness in all moments. All past life engrams, muscle memory, and trauma are removed from all the messenger RNA sequences of every cell of our beingness in all moments.
All chaos, all chaos, confusion, and unworthiness are removed from the ribosome's production of protein in all moments.
All chaos, confusion, and unworthiness are removed from the ribosome's production of protein in all moments. All chaos, confusion, and unworthiness are removed from the ribosome's production of protein in all moments. All chaos, confusion, and unworthiness are removed from the ribosome's production of protein in all moments. All chaos, confusion, and unworthiness are removed from the ribosome's production of protein in all moments. All chaos, confusion, and unworthiness are removed from the ribosome's production of protein in all moments.
The distribution process and all Golgi apparatuses to the outer cell membranes are clear and concise in all moments.
The distribution process in all Golgi apparatuses to the outer cell membrane are clear and concise in all moments. The distribution process in all Golgi apparatuses to the outer cell membrane are clear and concise in all moments. The distribution process in all Golgi apparatuses to the outer cell membrane are clear and concise in all moments. The distribution process in all Golgi apparatuses to the outer cell membrane are clear and concise in all moments. The distribution process in all Golgi apparatuses to the outer cell membrane are clear and concise in all moments.
So, the beauty of me being a medical intuitive is that I can go into these Golgi apparatuses, which have a clear purpose. And if you look at a picture of a, a healthy one, it almost looks like pancakes folded onto each other, one in one like layer and stuff. But in a diseased cell, it looks like murky muck. So another technique you can use for yourself is go and look at a picture of what a Golgi apparatus looks like and envision those in your body, these clear apparatuses, and clear out the muck. All right? All the lys- all the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down all bacterial and viral invaders in all moments.
All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down all bacterial and viral invaders in all moments. All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down all bacterial and viral invaders in all moments. All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down all bacterial and viral invaders in all moments. All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down all bacterial and viral invaders in all moments. All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down all bacterial and viral invaders in all moments. Yeah, take that, bacterial and viral invaders.
It's funny you should say that because as you guys were doing that, and I'm aware of people out there watching this doing this, what happened was they got a little energy burst. Like just doing that one, they got their energy back. Did you guys notice a little happiness in doing that? And what also happened is that the chills started to happen. I got chills in my kidney area, which means that the energy is um is being recharged in the body. So someone who's had kidney issues, especially in their left kidney, is getting recharged and replenished. Now it might not be on this call, but someone's watching this and saying, "Holy shit, that's me." And what I want to say to you is, yes, it is you. Yes, you matter.
One of the things that always intrigues me when we do these group tappings and group healing sessions is that you often get the understanding of what people are going through from people that are going to be watching this in the future. It's one thing to be doing this on a live stream where there's a whole audience out there in real time that aren't in the studio, and yet you can know what's going on with them, but you also know what's going on with people that are watching this sometime in the future, possibly because there is no time and space.
Well, that's part of it, but also because I have consciously concentrated my love for all of life. So that love is a conduit. It's like it opens the current to connect with everyone. So yeah. So it's a love current that's going out to all of life, just like we were all one big organism because we are. All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down and recycle all unwanted material in the cell in all moments.
All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down and recycle all unwanted material in the cell in all moments. All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down and recycle all unwanted material in the cell in all moments. All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down and recycle all unwanted material in the cell in all moments. All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down and recycle all unwanted material in the cell in all moments. All the lysosomes of every cell of our beingness are empowered to break down and recycle all unwanted material in the cell in all moments.
So, another reason this work is so powerful is as individuals, if we can think of the cells of our body, that's a huge step for us. But then, what about all the workers in that cell? Now, through these taps, you're validating every worker. It's no different than going in and thanking the doorman thanking the trash collectors in a building. It emboldens them because they know they're appreciated. This is a
Mm.
huge upgrade. So exciting. The integrity of the cytoplasm of every cell of our beingness is purified and maintains an equilibrium of a 7.2 pH balance in all moments.
Talk about being specific.
This one's necessary. Yep, it's necessary in this case.
The integrity of the cytoplasm of every cell of our beingness is purified and maintains an equilibrium of a 7.2 pH balance in all moments. The integrity of the cytoplasm of every cell of our beingness is purified and maintains an equilibrium of a 7.2 pH balance in all moments. The integrity of the cytoplasm of every cell of our beingness is purified and maintains an equilibrium of a 7.2 pH balance in all moments. The integrity of the cytoplasm of every cell of our beingness is purified and maintains an equilibrium of a 7.2 pH balance in all moments. The integrity of the cytoplasm of every cell of our beingness is purified and maintains an equilibrium of a 7.2 pH balance in all moments.
Okay, so this is very interesting information I'm getting in real time from the higher self. When you sit there and are polite and you listen to the problems of anyone who wants to dump on you, where do you think those problems go? They have mass and weight. They're going somewhere. They're going into the cytoplasm of every cell of your beingness. That's what's absorbing other people's bullshit. And it's no different than peeing in a pool. When someone urinates in the pool, it throws off the purity for everyone. So so pay attention to that when you sit and politely let someone dump their issues onto you.
And you'll have a lot more to say on that on pretty much every issue, every topic that every episode that we're going to be doing from now on.
Absolutely. But this is real life understanding of you tell people that people are dumping on them and it's still intangible to them, so they don't understand the direct correlation between other people's issues and how it is absorbed in their body.
I
Because
know. So just that correlation that you've provided, it's almost like the medical correlation between sitting there politely listening to your friends, your family, others, your co-workers dumping on you and what it does at a, metabolical level. It's,
yeah,
it's kind of unique.
and that's the reason so many people don't want to be around other humans because they don't want to be dumped on, but they don't have the understanding to to advocate for themselves. So now they're advocating for themselves when they don't listen to other people, and your cells will feel that. They'll feel supported, just like you feel supported when someone validates you, and you're empowering yourself on a cellular level.
Wouldn't it be great if a medical PhD student watches this and absorbs this kind of inside information, takes it and brings it into mainstream medical research and
Yep. And then
procedure?
they'll get a Nobel Prize for it and everything and all these accolades and we'll go on our way.
Okay. Number seven,
Mhm.
please.
The semi-permeable phospholipid bilayer of the cell membrane of every cell of our beingness maintains its flexibility and control in all moments.
Wow, you love the construction. The
Love it.
semi-permeable phospholipid bilayer of every cell membrane of every cell of our beingness maintains its flexibility and control in all moments. The semi-permeable phospholipid bilayer of the cell membrane of every cell of our beingness maintains its flexibility and control in all moments. The semi-permeable phospholipid bilayer of the cell membrane of every cell of our beingness maintains its flexibility and control in all moments. The semi-permeable phospholipid bilayer of the cell membrane of every cell of our beingness maintains its flexibility and control in all moments. The semi-permeable phospholipid bilayer of the cell membrane of every cell of our beingness maintains its flexibility and control in all moments.
So, if you needed a visualization to understand how this works, see every cell of your body is having a two-way mirror around its membrane, around its protection. So the love and interaction can come in and the toxins can leave, but the toxins can no longer come in because those toxins of people dumping their issues on you has broken down your cell membranes and eroded them. It's like acid. So now you know how to prevent that from happening, having an understanding here.
Yeah. Sorry, as you come into the next one, can you please explain to the listener what the Wei Qi is for those that aren't familiar with it?
Sure. The Wei Qi is the protective skin on your energy system. And we do tasks to fortify your Wei Qi. A lot of people who are empathic, who feel the pain of others, is because their Wei Qi is broken down, and they need to fortify and strengthen that so they don't feel at the mercy of other people's issues. That same concept we're using on a cellular level to protect every cell of our beingness in a similar way. It's a little bit of poetic license, but I think it's okay with everyone. The Wei Qi of every cell membrane, of every cell of our beingness, is fortified and strengthened while maintaining its permeability in all moments.
The Wei Qi of every cell of every, sorry, the Wei Qi of every cell membrane of every cell of our beingness is fortified and strengthened while maintaining its permeability in all moments. The Wei Qi of every cell membrane of every cell of our beingness is fortified and strengthened while maintaining its permeability in all moments. The Wei Qi of every cell membrane of every cell of our beingness is fortified and strengthened while maintaining its permeability in all moments. The Wei Qi of every cell membrane of every cell of our beingness is fortified and strengthened while maintaining its permeability in all moments. The Wei Qi of every cell membrane of every cell of our beingness is fortified and strengthened while maintaining its permeability in all moments.
So, those watching out here, those who are going to receive the work we're doing here, I just got a collective deep breath in the lungs. So, a lot of people who are watching this in the future who have the lung cancer or have compromised cells otherwise will feel a deep breath come in and doing these taps. Did anyone on the here feel the deep breath? You did, Jessica? Yeah. Awesome. And it's just continuing. With that deep breath comes awareness, and it's like you feel smarter or more aware. That's the shift that's happening in consciousness as that deep breath came in. All aspects of every cell of our beingness are centered and empowered in maintaining their function and communication with all other aspects of the cells in divine love in all moments.
All aspects of every cell of our beingness are centered and empowered in maintaining their function and communication with all other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments. All aspects of every cell of our beingness are centered and empowered in maintaining their function and communication with every other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments. All aspects of every cell of our beingness are centered and empowered in maintaining their function and communication with all other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments. All aspects of every cell of our beingness are centered and empowered in maintaining their function and communication with all other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments. All aspects of every cell of our beingness are centered and empowered in maintaining their function and communication with all other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments.
So an interesting thing happened with that one. That breath that we took in that brought in more truth into the body, with that tap, it went through the body into the pelvic bowl. Now, a lot of people have prostrate
Cross-
issues and female issues because that's neglected. Now, what we did was we put that higher truth of the cell into every cell, where as a self, we tend to think of only the brain, only the places where the senses are to have awareness. So we're infusing that awareness in every cell. Did anyone else feel it drop down to their core? That truth drop down through their body into the core? It's okay if you didn't. You did? Good. All aspects of every cell of our beingness resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments.
All aspects of every cell of our beingness resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments. All aspects of every cell of our beingness resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments. All aspects of every cell of our beingness resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments. All aspects of every cell of our beingness resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments. All aspects of every cell of our beingness resonate, emanate, and are interconnected with all other aspects of the cell in divine love in all moments.
So what that one tap was doing is, have you ever worked at a job where there was a lazy person or they weren't doing their job and it just made everybody feel like they didn't want to be there?
Baby, you've just described every organization on the planet.
Right. But have you also had a job maybe in your teen years or whatever where everyone was on the same page and they loved their work and there was a synergy?
Mhm.
So what we did was we shift every cell of the body from being out of sync with lazy parts or parts that are overwhelmed to creating that synergy of working together in every cell of your beingness. It's it's night and day. Every cell of our beingness is centered and empowered in maintaining optimal health and function of the body in divine love in all moments.
Every cell of our beingness is centered and empowered in maintaining optimal health and function of the body in divine love in all moments. Every cell of our beingness is centered and empowered in maintaining optimal health and function of the body in divine love in all moments. Every cell of our beingness is centered and empowered in maintaining optimal health and function of the body in divine love in all moments. Every cell of our beingness is centered and empowered in maintaining optimal health and function of the body in divine love in all moments. Every cell of our beingness is centered and empowered in maintaining optimal health and function of the body in divine love in all moments. Jen, before you go on to the last one,
Wait. Oh,
can you just quickly talk about the last couple of taps? We're doing some pretty funky tapping around the concept of in divine love. Can you just talk about the importance of in divine love? Because, sorry, just before you do, this is different to the usual platitudes that you hear about, the love of divinity. So that's particularly what I'd like you to address here.
okay. But first, I have to say that what we just did with that thing is that synergy we just created in the tab below that of the synergy and working together within the cell is now
Mhm.
directed in every cell. So if the is heart cells are working harder than the stomach cells or the skin cells, they're all going to be synergized and working together, and that's going to create that community that the self needs for wellness. Now, this divine love that we're tapping into is that infinite source that someone who is empowered has infinite access to. And the only way we shut down that access is feeling we're unworthy, carrying ourselves into the past through past life traumas or regret. So we're removing blockages that we've consciously put in in continuously drawing from this energy that we had as youth. Like, like a baby. You don't have to tell a baby to be in divine love. A baby is just glowing with divine love. And that's what we're doing for the adult self without all the programming and conditioning that get in the way.
We've got a lot more to say about that on many more episodes to come, so stay tuned. The last tap, please, and then we're going to go into a little bit of a commentary about what we've just done.
Sure. Every cell of our beingness resonates, emanates, and is interconnected with all the other cells of the body and with all life in divine love in all moments.
Every cell of our beingness resonates, emanates, and is interconnected with all the other cells of the body and with all life in divine love in all moments. Every cell of our beingness resonates, emanates, and is interconnected with all the other cells of the body and with all life in divine love in all moments. Every cell of our beingness resonates, emanates, and is interconnected with all the other cells of the body and with all life in divine love in all moments. Every cell of our beingness resonates, emanates, and is interconnected with all the other cells of the body and with all life in divine love in all moments. Every cell of our beingness resonates, emanates, and is interconnected with all the other cells of the body and with all life in divine love in all moments. Um, so, Jen, just we can get some comments from our studio guests as well, but I'd like to just get you to just contemplate a little bit about what we just did. One of your and I actually want to summarize this. As powerful as the taps were, I'd like to summarize this into your top 5 tips. And you've given me the courtesy of actually providing them on my piece of paper, my little cheat sheet here.
Mhm.
So, for those, look, to be honest, there are 8 billion people on the planet for whom this episode will be 100% relevant. They've either experienced or have the experience right here, right now, or they have an opportunity to avoid the experience. So, top number 1 tip, and by the way, just be conscious of the fact we're now talking to 8 billion people on the planet. So, for them, 8 billion people, what's your number 1 tip?
Remove the fear factor. A lot of people will see this video and not want to do it because they're so afraid of the word cancer or disease. But this is a way of approaching it head on and remove the fear from it. it. And a way to do that is to talk to yourselves and take ownership back of yourself. For some people, they don't even know who they are. They have no idea of how empowered they are. So start to explore and talk to yourselves and go on a self discovery through interacting with yourselves.
Okay, good advice. What's your number 2 top tip, please, Jen?
Do whatever you can do to maintain your authority over the cells in a wise way. Think of your conscious self as the parent of your cells. Now, if your children don't feel like their parent knows enough, they won't feel safe. So you maintain your sense of empowerment and don't give it over to authorities who are going to tell you to be afraid of this or statistics. And don't give it away to well wishers who are going to tell you their horrific stories about their experiences with disease. This is new territory, and this affords you a means to maintaining your empowerment over any diagnosis that you receive.
I think that's really important, and I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm glad you brought up the word empowerment. So you use the word authority, and then you also use so maintain authority over your own well-being, and then you use the term empowerment. I'm glad you used the word empowerment because that's kind of a bit of a foundation of what we're doing here. Um, so and that's really important because a lot of people that do go through the medical system, the mainstream medical system, become disempowered. So, how
Absolutely.
important is it to maintain your own empowerment?
It's everything. And every step of the way, as I help people through this, when they have private sessions with me and there's a laundry list of things they can do, but every step of the way, they're knocked off their game by what the doctors tell them and what their family tells them. And basically, these things, you can consider them as curses as a way to the body. Because all a curse is, it's not nefarious, it's all a curse is when someone's intention derails your intention for the self. Now, your intention is to stay here and be healthy. And if someone inflicts information on you that takes you off of that, I'm not talking about the initial help of the diagnosis and what to do about it. I'm talking about the personal opinion that goes with it. Well, most people in your case don't make it, or whatever. That's a curse. Don't accept it.
100%. Your number three top tip, please, Jen.
Okay, so this is really interesting because your DNA carries the Akashic records of your past. It also carries the Akashic records of your death. So anything that you have dealt with in the past has led has has brought you to a death. And that's the core understanding that the DNA carries. What you have to do is interrupt the death part of that. What you have to do is realize that whatever you've experienced in trauma and are experiencing now is just a surrogate for a past life trauma. And you've already died from that trauma in a past lifetime. So now is the lifetime to do something different, to transcend the past life where you died of a trauma. This is your way to gather all the information and say, screw it, I'm going to thrive regardless.
It's interesting that you say that. In the introduction, you did obliquely sort of reference the one life scenario and how debilitating that is. You've now brought it back home, and I'm glad you actually did that because recognizing that you have many lives actually gives you a really powerful vector to dealing with the issue, and that is you're not a victim. Because if you're experiencing, some of these symptoms, if you realize that you've probably addressed them in past lives, you've died from it in a past life, it means that you no longer need that experience in this life. And that gives you an opportunity to actually deal with it at a very different level.
Absolutely, because people out there who are watching this say, well, I don't believe in past lives. I don't care. I'm not here to convince you. The,
Mm.
the information that you receive from past lifetimes did carry over to this present lifetime. That's the place, the point in your body where weaknesses happen. Like a decapitation or a hanging won't be a neck issue. So there's no refuting that. And your dreams and your fears will let you know what your past lives are. So you're getting signals all the time of who you were and what you did from who you are put together to be in this lifetime. There's no refuting, we're all different. And that's what makes us different is our past life experiences.
Yes. Number four, please. Top tip.
Oh,
This one, this one's a no-brainer. But anyway, bring it out.
do the SFT protocol with everything concerning the diagnosis that you receive. So if someone receives lung issues, do the lung cancer, do the word cancer, do treatment, do all the things about that diagnosis that they can think of that's affecting their health in that moment.
It's such an obvious thing to do, and it's so practical, it's so tangible. Even if you don't believe in past lives, you can do the SFT taps. It'll work on all your levels of beingness, even if you don't consciously sort of buy into it.
The only thing is that it's directly related. The more profound effect that you'll receive from the SFT tapping, the more resistance there'll be. So something like cancer is like systemic issue now. So the resistance to doing tap and to just do that simple thing is profound. So it's a miracle people will even get to the point of doing the tapping, and that's them taking the initiative to heal themselves.
But trust me, you'll thank yourself. So overcome the resistance and make it a miracle. Do the work. You'll thank yourself. Number 5 tip, please, as we slowly wind down.
Realize that everything you think, say, and do has a vibrational rate to it. So whatever you're thinking, feeling, or doing is feeding information into your cells. If you're thinking you're unworthy, you can't do this, or you're romanticizing how much the family will miss you after you're gone and indulging in that, that's what you're feeding your cells. So don't indulge in that and chop off a thought, a feeling as soon as you realize that you're going on autopilot of feeling sorry for yourself or being the victim. Chop it off and don't indulge in that and shift it into empowerment. If you have to do a taps on it, do that because the taps are a quick way to to shift into empowerment when you don't feel like you are empowered. It's autopilot that way. Out there right now, people are experiencing a shift from this. They're going into remission. And they're thinking to themselves right now, I have a guardian angel out there. Well, that's idealistic, that's true. But the work we're doing right now is us being their guardian angel.
Mm,
So if it can take it even further into the realms of possibility by sharing this with people who are dealing with issues, who are afraid of receiving cancer, or by the way, after someone has went through cancer and has survived, their
mhm.
biggest fear is that follow-up treatment. If you can help a survivor of cancer ease that fear of the oncoming fear of it returning by giving them these taps. It's the humane thing to do. Simple as
Good
that.
advice. Thanks, everyone, again. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, studio audience, and bye for now.